what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to give real people real content. It's content that's worth sharing. Now let's take a look at what that is. Here's where we get into the fun stuff. This is the examples. Okay? The content that you create, and this is something that's relatively controversial. Some people will debate me on it. I'd be happy to have that debate because I feel that I'm very definitely right. The content that you post for social signals does not necessarily have to be in the menu, and oftentimes it should not be in the menu. You'll see some of this content, and then you'll understand why. So what is this content that's worth sharing? You can have great pictures of cars. First of all, let's just say right off the bat, pictures and videos. I'll just flat out say it. You know, if you've got some, there are certain cases where you can do well. You have our good buddy Jeff Kreider has content that he's going to be putting on his website. He's been working on, you know, they put it all the time. You know, how to sync your Ford, how to get it synced up with your BlackBerry. You know, BlackBerry 10 is coming out. They say next year. I'm sure it'll be out before 2018. Once the company folds, and that's something that you're going to want to figure out how to sync if you're one of the 9 people that will buy one. So there are certain pieces of content that can be shared, but for the most part, the easiest thing, you know, social media is very visual. Use pictures or videos, but pictures are usually easier. Pictures of cars, pictures of your city, local events, and infographics. Now let's take a look at some live examples. Pull this over here. There we go. Becky, do you know what kind of car that is?
JD, I don't know if I was born.
You know, I don't think you were. I'm pretty sure you weren't. But had you seen the movie? Had you seen the movie in 2000? The movie with Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie, Gone in 60 Seconds. You might recognize.
Yes. Okay. I have seen this movie.
Yes, you may recognize the 1967 Mustang GT500, better known in the movie as Eleanor. Now this particular Page, this Eleanor Page is one that you know, there's a Ford dealership, so it's loosely relevant. You know, I don't think they have a 67 sitting on their showroom floor, but we were able to find some great images. And get them attributed to the appropriate people. Always keep in mind that I don't think I even put this in the slides, but I always be sure if you take images, if you take infographics, if you take anything at all, any content that you take, it's not very clearly marked, make sure to give credit for it, period. Okay, I'm not going to harp on, I'm just going to stop right there. But let's go straight down to the social signals component. This is one where I'm not sure why the Twitter button is not working. Let's see if it is. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. So it's working. I'm not going to tweet it. But we were able to get 19 likes on Facebook, very respectable. 36 plus 1 is very strong. You know, I would challenge you to look at your pages and see if you have any pages that have over 30 Google plus 1s. We don't know how many tweets there are. If I refresh the page, it probably will show us. But then 24 pins, and this is obvious. You know, this is a no-brainer. This is a very pinnable page. Those of you who are on Pinterest are probably looking at the URL and heading there right now if you're a Ford fan and pinning one of the pictures on the page because they are very pinnable. We have these buttons down here, and it's not just for show. Keep in mind that I don't think I made this clear. These buttons don't just communicate with your audience. They don't just communicate with the people out there. These communicate directly with the search engine. Search engines can see these buttons, they recognize them, and they know what kind of signals are going out there. It's not just a matter of indexing Facebook or Google Plus or Twitter and knowing and trying to tabulate it. They like to use these individual buttons to let them know what kind of social activity is happening on a particular page. Beautiful, beautiful car. So obviously we are car dealers. We are in the automotive industry. Every brand has some variation of cars that they can post. You know, if you're one of the older brands, Ford, Dodge, you know, you probably have all kinds of cars that you could pull out. If you ever need to look for cars, I'm going to do a little touting of our Facebook pages. You know, we do run 4 Facebook pages for KPA itself. You know, based upon individual components. And if you ever need cars to share, just go to our page. We post lots and lots and lots and lots of cars. So all very shareable. Look at that. That's from a recent movie hit and run, a 67 Lincoln Continental. Beautiful car. Older cars, newer cars, sports cars, lots of sports cars. Trucks, look at that. If you're a Chevy dealership, would this truck not look great on your website right now? Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous truck. This is the kind of content that people will share. You will notice that there's different, it's not like we have a ton of fans, but we're still, there's 8 people liking this one, 6 people liking that one. We posted that truck. That truck was so beautiful, we posted it twice. Here's a Ferrari, got 12 likes. Mustang got 15 likes. It was had a Mustang station wagon. So anyway, that's enough talking about our Facebook page. So let's look at some other examples here. Great pictures of your city. Everybody's city, whether it's a small town or a big metro, will have something worth sharing. It could be nature. It could be local attraction. In this case, this is a Seattle dealership. We grabbed some pictures of, and these are stock images. This is this ideal situation. Unluckily, I'm running this particular page. I created it, and I was not in Seattle when I built this page. Ideally, I would have taken pictures myself. Space Needle is something, drive around from 10 different directions, and you can come up with some great images of the page. Again, very shareable. This one, wow, this one actually got 192 tweets, had 54 pins, fewer Google Plus ones than the other page, but more Facebook likes. So 24 likes, 8 plus 1, 192 tweets. Pretty solid page. Had some good interaction considering the component. And this is one where, Seattle and the Space Needle probably gets a lot of searches. And this one will show up in search, at least under images, it will show up very nicely. So let me go back to more examples. Local events and organizations. Now this is one, I did not have a good one, so I built the page last night. So forgive me, this page is very simple. But the good part is, and this is, I'm not trying to give a testimonial to the Connect system, but I'm putting together this webinar, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have a very good one, a good example of local interaction. If your dealership is interacting and engaging, and they should be, with the community, by golly, post it. Post it. I've used this example in the past, and I couldn't find the dealership that was doing it. But there was a dealership that was doing it both from a social perspective as well as on their website, posting images from local sporting events. Brilliant. In this case, it's an older video, but it is very community-oriented. Great interview, good production value. I encourage you to watch the video itself. I'm going to turn it down here real quick, but they actually interview Officer Steve Olson from the Fond du Lac Police Department, Holiday Automotive. Again, this page was created last night, and we were able to get some very strong social signals. This is less than, gosh, it couldn't be 12 hours old, and we were able to get some really good interaction on this individual page. So there's that one. I'm going to close that one out and do the last example, which many of you who've been following me, if you follow my Twitter, if you follow my Facebook, you've probably seen an infographic or two. As Becky noted earlier, we do have a KP has a side company they purchased, a company that I helped to build back in 2008, and with the co-founders of TK. And when KPA bought TK last year, they also bought Hesai. And one of the things that Hesai does is build infographics. Now this is one that we didn't build. We built this. We got this infographic from Autoblog. This is one that Ford built. But I wanted to highlight this page because this page has done very, very well. First off, it ranked for a relatively competitive term in Cincinnati Ford Heavy Duties. It ranked very, very quickly. In 4 or 5 hours, it was ranked #1. From the moment the page was created, it moved up quickly. We did not build any links. There's not a ton of content. There is content, but we did not build any links. It was very, very socially oriented. You'll see as I scroll down to the bottom that again it did very well. Good action on the likes, good action on the plus ones. Decent pins. I would have expected more pins because it is a really good infographic, and did very well on the tweets. Limited content, but again, this is a very specialized page. Has the inventory listed. Connect enables that. There's a couple of different video portions, one for testimonials, one for actually talking about the F-250s themselves, and some sliders. It's a very basic page, but again, the whole idea here is to highlight shareable content. Forget about the stuff on the left. That's the stuff for your customers. We're focused on the customers on the content on the right, which is shareable. We're trying to help to expose your entire site. And one of the ways we do that is by putting individually shareable content on the page. And it could be, again, this is a very specialized infographic. So not a great example of a good Ford infographic. They put out some good ones. This one is decent, but it would be better if it was a Mustang one or a Corvette one, Camaro one, something talking about hybrids or gas prices, blah blah blah. You can get very aggressive and have strong content without having to type a lot out. Now, please note, I mentioned about attribution. Somebody worked hard on this. Okay, somebody spent some time and dollars. Trust me, these are expensive. We charge our clients quite a bit when it comes to site building infographics because they are very time consuming, but they're also extremely beneficial. In this case, we wanted to give attribution, and since Ford did not actually put it on their website, they're highlighting a page, but they shifted it out to the automotive blogs. We attributed Autoblog itself. They're the place where we found it, so we made sure to give attribution to that. Don't just steal content. Make sure that if you're going to borrow content, they want you to borrow it, by the way. Just so you know, this isn't like they want to keep this secret and only on their website. The whole idea is to put these little embed codes here, as you see here on the left, get these embed codes out there and get people to post them, because if they post them on their website, Autoblog gets a benefit out of this, Ford gets a benefit out of this, Lebanon Ford gets a benefit out of this. These little codes here, they make the world go around in the SEO world as well as the social media world. Shareable content, everybody gets a benefit, and the people who are sharing it and seeing it get the benefit of having great visualized components that they're able to see through social media. It's beautiful. So that is that. Now,